Lovely. Good morning. Morning. It's quite interesting because normally during worship, the little one will fall asleep and then you chilled and then you can sort out the boys because they should be like playing over there. And then it just turned into a little bit of a circus. That was quite interesting because she didn't fall asleep and then they started falling down the stairs, which didn't help anything. So that was quite fun. But here we are. Hey, it's lovely to be here with you guys again. We always love coming out. It's such a blessing. And just, you know, I just love what Natalie said now because I just felt like the Lord wanted me to say that because what I want to say now is in conjunction with what she said. I just feel like the Lord is very much on the fact that everybody has a purpose in His kingdom. A lot of us don't actually understand that even though you think maybe you don't think that you have something because you're not on flippant TBN or something, or you're not on like I don't know what it is, worship music or videos and YouTube and all the rest of it. And at the end of the day, that's not really where it counts. Yes, they're reaching, but that's their assignment. And I feel like the Lord is saying this morning, I just feel like there's a picture that I've often used about like pizza and pie, where we actually all have a piece that we bring. What you do with the Lord in your quiet time is your piece that you bring. And when we all bring what we have, the pie is full. And the pie is full and if you don't bring your piece, there's something missing. There's something missing in what God wants to do. And there's no one else that can fill that piece. Almost like a puzzle as well. Don't you hate it when you're building a puzzle and you don't have that one piece? It's like 1,000-piece puzzle. You get to the end and you're like, no. There's that gap. There's that little gap. And you just go, why? Where is this piece now? And then you start asking your children, listen, hey, where's that piece? I hate that. Oh, it's the worst. And for us, if it's a 100-piece puzzle or something, for us it's normally like packed up in another box or something, or maybe the children drooled all over it and now it's nothing. But when it's so irritating when you have that gap and it's just not complete. There's just something missing. And no other piece can fulfill that little, that's it. And we need to understand that when God calls you to do something, we need to be obedient in stepping in to what He wants to do. And He wants to do it through you, not through somebody else. He wants to do it through you. And that is something that is quite interesting because I kind of want to speak about hearing God this morning anyway. And it's what I've been preparing for. And as you guys probably know by now, when I come and talk, it's kind of like a lucky packet. I just kind of start talking, and wherever the Lord wants to go, I just go with it. I over-prepare and under-deliver, and sometimes over-deliver. But basically, hearing the Lord is what I wanted to talk about because it's something that there was a moment that I felt on stage when I was leading worship the other day that I actually just wanted to share about, that I just felt like so key. It was so key. But just to start off, I just felt like, your one-liner jokes are fantastic, eh? Yes, thanks, man. Dad jokes. I always say to my class, as you guys, if you don't know me, I'm a full-time teacher, and my wife is as well. And I say to my class often, I'm like, guys, I've got such a bad combination. I'm a dad, so I say dad jokes, but I'm also an English teacher. And you know that English teachers have those lame jokes. They're just lame. No matter what it is. And I'm an English teacher and a dad. Just like a double whammy combo of terrible. So I saw one the other day. It was just, I said, my wife told me she's got 14 reasons to leave me and my obsession with tennis. And I was like, that's 15, love. I love that one. So good. So, on the basis of that, I feel like being a father, those of you who are fathers, we learn something about the father heart of the Lord that I don't think a book could ever teach. Experience speaks absolute volumes. And when we experience something as a dad, I'm sure as a mom as well, we would understand there's something about the father heart of the Lord that we learn. I remember seeing my oldest Finn when I saw him the first time in a cot, lying at home, and I just There's just this something. I always tell the new dads, isn't it weird what that thing is that you've never experienced before? That thing that's inside you that all of a sudden comes alive when you see your own kid. And he goes, and they all just go, I know that thing. And you can't describe it until you have your own kid. You can't describe it. There's something that just happens when you see the kid. And then you get a second kid and you thought, it will never be the same. And you have the exact same thing. The exact same thing. And I've got 3 now. Stopping, I promise. But I just say, with every single kid, there's something that happens inside you that you've never experienced before. And then the thing that happens, we're actually talking about this morning, about relating. Children relating is insane. And trying to be parents is, I've never done this before. I've never done this, and I don't know what to do. But the Father hearts of the Lord teaches us something about. I said it to Ezra the other day. I just looked at him while he was being completely terrible to his brother. I don't know what it. I really don't want. He can be in the car with me and he'll be 100% fine. As soon as he gets home and his brother's there, everything's wrong. Everything. He just goes bananas. I don't know what it is, but the presence of the older brother brings out the worst in me. And I don't know what that is, but there's something that I said to him, and there's just this revelation just dropped into my mind. And I said to him, I just want you to be kind to one another. I just want you to be kind to one another. And I just was like, boom. And the Lord was like, that's exactly what I want for all my children. And I was like, wow. Okay, whoa. Okay, let's just ponder on that for a little bit. And the one thing, the assignment that He's given us is to actually just love each other, because we are all His children. And the Father heart of the Lord loves every single one of us the same. I thought it would be different when I had a second kid. I thought it would be different when I had the third. And my dad even asked me the other day, isn't it weird when you have a daughter, you love her differently? And I said, no, I don't love her more or less than my boys. There's something different for a girl, like, yes, in a sense of like, I want to protect her more because she's a girl. But the love is the same. It's the same. And I just felt like there was something so key about understanding how much God loves every single one of us and how much He just wants us to be kind to one another. He just wants you to be kind to one another. No matter what your circumstance, no matter how irritated you get with this person, no matter what it is, there's something in that word of, I just want you to be kind to one another. The Bible says it in the way of just going, I want you, it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. But the one thing that we actually dove into quite a bit was, how do you love yourself? It's a bit of a tough one, hey, because that feels like arrogance. And you're like, I love myself. Well, no, actually, it's not really. It's understanding who you are in the eyes of the Lord. That's what it is. How does the Lord see you? Because when you see how He sees you, you will notice that, oh, wow, I am loved. And when you understand that I am loved, you can immediately love others. That's what that verse means. And I think it's so key for us to understand that, because the bottom line is that the Lord wants you to be kind to one another, and you have to know how He sees you first in order for you to accept you. And once you accept you, you can accept others. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Very, very, very important, I just think that we fight over things as people. We fight over things that are so nothing. It's nothing. I look at my kids, I'm like, why are you fighting over that? They're like, he's got the one toy that I want. I'm like, so what? Just take another toy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This morning, we gave them oats in the same bowl. Here's your oats, and here's your oats. Exactly the same level with the same bowl. It's not like I want the red bowl, and it's nothing. It's the same. I want that one. I want that one. It's like, what is going on? Like, just eat the oats. It's from the same pot. It's in the same bowl. It's in front of you. Eat the oats. No. I want the one that he's got. Interesting. And you sit there and you go, what is this about? What is this? It's so nothing. But in that is a lesson for them to learn. And for the Lord to see it. For me to see it, it looks like nothing. For Him, it's everything. It's everything for them. For us, it feels like everything when you're going through something. But in the essence, for the Lord, he goes, this looks like nothing if you look at it in the eyes of my kingdom. This actually doesn't matter. But you know what? I'll teach you anyway. I'll teach you anyway, because I'm your father. I can't teach my kids like the Lord teaches me, to be honest. He's got so much patience with us, doesn't he? I don't have patience. I'm just like, eat the damn oats. Like, it's the same. I just got so irritated, You're like, you're going to stay here while we go to the river vineyard. I just want to get all irritated. I'm just like, come on, it doesn't matter. But the Lord's got so much love and patience. We need to learn that, eh? We need to learn that. Oh, my word, I need to learn that. And yeah, I think I got through this. And I think for me, understanding that the Lord actually wants us to learn how to forgive each other no matter what can be such a good thing. Hey, I just want my kids to say sorry, and now it's just like a sorry, and we don't actually mean it, they don't mean it. And you're like, no. And what we normally say is we're like, say it properly. Say it properly. All of this fathering that I'm learning over this time is just such an incredible picture of how the Lord is just so patient with us. He's so patient. Like, I mess up all the time as a person. And I get into the moments of just going like, how do you even accept me again, Lord? Like, how do you even look at me again? Like, I'm just so unworthy. I just feel so unworthy standing up here talking to you guys. But isn't that the whole point? How much we need him? How much we need him? I'm not like a halo on the top of my head now that I come and talk to you. I'm not like that. I'm just one of you. And I get to come and stand here, and it's a privilege for me to share with you in the same boat. I'm just going, but who is worthy? He is the only worthy one. Who are we to judge each other? There's nothing on the face of this planet that is going to ever measure up to what Jesus did for us and who he is. And we need to be striving for it, yes, but at the same time, I'm just going, but what are we supposed to be learning through it? And I think that's something that I'm trying to grasp. And so when we're talking about hearing the Lord, we need to understand that he's calling us for something. And whatever that something is, we actually struggle to figure out that something because we don't know how to hear him. We don't know what it is or how he's talking to us. We don't know how to listen. And I think about one of the moments that I was talking about earlier about standing. I actually wasn't leading worship this day, but I was standing on stage and I was actually playing bass guitar. I started playing bass guitar when I was 12 years old, and I absolutely love bass guitar. And I haven't played it in quite a while. And I said, I'll play. And I was standing on stage, and I didn't have the burden, if that makes sense. I don't want to actually say that it's a burden, but like I didn't have that weight of leading. Normally, leading worship is quite a thing. Like you're thinking about where the Lord's going. I just had to follow the leader. It was such a weird thing again, where it's like, okay, I can play bass now. And I was standing there, I was just receiving from the Lord, and I was looking at the people receiving the Lord, and I just want to say it was absolutely beautiful watching you worship this morning. I just love your guys' hearts. It's so good to see people hungry for just the Lord, man. Sometimes I feel like I hope no one's watching from our church, but anyway, sometimes I just feel like people in general tend to take for granted that we get a good space. And we just stand there and we go, yeah, this is a great song, but this person was singing out and that person was singing. We get critical. And sometimes I just feel it's so good to see hunger despite. Hunger despite is so good to watch. I just wanted to encourage you. It was very good. And anyway, I was standing on stage. I was watching the people receive, and a lot of people coming forward. And the Lord actually said to me in that moment, and I'm just going to put a pin in this quickly. Boom. The Lord said to me in this moment, because I need to backtrack and give you a little bit of background to this. I've not been in a great space for about 6 months. Personally, it has been probably I don't really know what to call it really, but I've doubted who I am personally. I've had quite influential people in my life not say anything to me. It feels like I've been neglected, to be honest. I went for a promotion, did not get the promotion when I was actually acting in the position for quite a while, which quite a hard blow. And at the same time, there's quite a few moments that I won't go into, but there was quite a few knocks over the past 6 months that I actually just went into this deep little hole of just going, you know what, I actually don't care. And I even said to the church back in PE, to our church, I said to them, I don't want to preach for a while. I just don't want to. I don't feel like I'm in a space to do it. I don't feel like I can give. This right now is the first time that I'm talking since I felt bad. So I'm just giving you the thing. And that the revelation that the Lord, so I felt lost. Let me just put it this way. When I thought of the Lord over the time, my wife has been listening to these podcasts. She's been, Matt, have you read Jeremy Riddle's book? And I'm such a fan of Jeremy Riddle, and I still to this day haven't read his book. And I'm like, why haven't I read his book? Like, I need to go and read this next book. Like, I love this guy, and I haven't done any of it. And I'm like, where is the drive? Osborne, where are you? But like, what's going on here? And when I think of the Lord and I think of relating to him, I can almost see him standing there going like, I've been missing you. Like, where are you? And over about the last month, I've been gradually just getting back into it, which is why I feel okay standing here right now, because I'm coming out and I had that revelation drop. So here we are. So on stage, this revelation just drops as I see all these people and I'm praying over these people and I'm just going, wow. And the Lord goes, I really do seek you out. I really do seek you out. And I had that song come into my head, Reckless Love. That song come into my head, and the whole parable of the lost sheep come into my head. And I've been reading that, and I've been reading the different versions of it over the last while, because I wanted to bring it into the sermon about hearing the Lord. And because that word I actually heard him say, like, I actually do seek you out. I started crying on stage right there. Haven't even told you about this because I've been so raw about it. But I couldn't actually cope at that moment. And I wanted to just share it, but I also just contained it. And I put it down rather than shared it. I just said, this is my journey, and I'm just trying to figure out what the Lord wants to say. And so I'm just going to be sharing a little bit of a raw moment with you guys this morning, and hopefully it encourages you. But for me, I was not in a good space. Probably still am not in a good space, honestly. And I can say on it, like right up, which is why I don't feel worthy standing up here. It's just like the Lord's going, but I want to use you anyway, because I feel like it can be encouraging for people. And he said to me, I seek you out. You haven't been in a good space out of your choice. That's you. But you know what? I still look, and I still want to find you. Because when we go and read, let's go to Matthew then. Let's go to Luke first. Let's go to Luke. If you guys want to turn to Luke with me, it's a good thing. Luke, I'll tell you now which one it is. Luke, I think it's Luke. Someone help me. Luke 5 verse 4. Is that right? Yeah, that's not right. I'm going to the Samuel one now instead of Luke 5 verse 4. I'm jumping ahead. It's Luke 15. I wrote Samuel down here instead. So we're going to get there. Luke 15. There we go. Thank you, love. I didn't actually write that one down. Okay, so the parable of the lost, Luke 15 verse 3. So Jesus told them this story. If a man has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost, what will he do? Won't he leave 99 others to the wilderness and go and search for the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he'll joyfully carry it home on his shoulders. When he arrives, he will call together his friends and neighbors, saying, rejoice with me because I have found my lost sheep. In the same way, there is more joy in heaven over one lost sinner who repents and returns to God than over 99 others who are righteous and haven't strayed away. And when I read that first, I was like, there's two things you can take from that. Like, I felt super like special when I felt like the Lord is saying, I've been seeking you. I felt special. I'm like, that's cool. It's like he wants to look for me. That's rad, But then I was like, but what about the 99? Like, I feel sad for them. Because he's just like, I just left them alone. And I was like, so there's almost like what do we look for in those in that, and what do we look for in this? And so the lost sheep is one thing to identify with, but the 99 others is something to identify with as well. And that's when I started reading the different versions. And when I went to Matthew 18, I want to just point something out to you. I hope it actually says it the way I wanted to say it. I think it's Matthew 18 verse 10. Yeah. It's actually verse 12. I've got the Passion Translation. Have you guys read the Passion Translation? It's really, really cool. I like the way it says it. I hope it downloads for me quickly. Passion Translation. Thank you. No, that's not working. You got it there? Oh, no, there we go. I've got it. We're good. All right, so I've got it from Matthew 18, verse 11, actually. The Son of Man has come to give life to everyone who's lost. So think of it this way. If a man owns 100 sheep and one lamb wanders away and is lost, won't he leave the 99 grazing on the hillside to go out and thoroughly search for the one lost lamb? And if he finds the lost lamb, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 who are safe. And now this is the part that I really love. It says, now you should understand that it is never the desire for the Heavenly Father that a single one of us, of these the humble believers, will be lost. So then I was like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it even more. He doesn't go, okay, I'm waiting for one of you to be lost so that I can go and rejoice. He's loving the fact that they are safe. And it's almost like a misinterpretation of grace sometimes when we think, oh, must I go get lost so I can feel special? Do you know what I mean? And some people miss that. And they go like, well, he's not going to rejoice over me if I'm in the 99. So I must go and do something so that I can be lost, so that he can rejoice over the fact that he's finding me. Ooh, that's a bit of a misinterpretation, because he's saying Jesus actually said, I never desire, or the Lord never desires for you to get lost ever. He wants you to be safe. He wants you to be in this 99. He wants you to be a part of his family. He wants you to be secure. But when you do go, he's going to seek you. And he's going to seek you properly. And he's going to make sure that he finds you. And when he does find you, he is going to be super happy. Why? Because he always wanted you to be safe. And he always wanted you to be safe. And he said that to me as that like a revelation just dropped in my head. I've missed you, Matt. I've always wanted you to be safe. Why have you gone away? You know what? It doesn't matter about the why, because you're safe now. I don't need you to answer that question. I don't need you to feel guilty about the why. I just want you to know that I love you anyway. I want you to feel safe. I want you to come back to my herd. I want you to be a part of something that you always were a part of, and that you can be here and feel safe and secure with me, because I am your Father. Done. That is it. That is it. And that is the heart of the Father. He never, ever, ever wants, think about anything. Any parent here will identify with that. When your kid goes on that rebellious little tiff, I think all children go through that at some point. It hurts. They don't want to talk to you. They're just like, shush, mom and dad. That hurts. But as soon as they come back, you're not going to be like, why did you go? You're going to be like, I've missed you. Doesn't matter. Come back. It's okay. Something that I really felt in that moment was this like, I'm just going to keep repeating it, and it just kept not like dropping into my head. Like, he really does seek us out, because all of us at one point and at some point, and you probably will be lost in some way. You might just feel a little bit far from him in this regard. Maybe you don't have your quiet times as often as you possibly have before, and you start feeling guilty. You feel a little bit far from the Lord. Lord, what is this feeling? You get overwhelmed by work. You get busy. Busyness, eh? You get busy. You start like drifting a little. The Lord seeks us out. He looks for you. And this is something that I want to move on to now. Have you guys? We're going to go back to Luke now. So we're going to go to the Samuel. If you guys know the story of Samuel with hearing God, Luke 5. And I'm sure we all know this story pretty well. When Samuel's busy. Is that really right? Am I right? I don't feel like it's going to be. No. I don't think that's right. Let me just go here quickly. It's 1 Samuel. My bad. Did I not write this down? I think I put the wrong one down. As you can see, I was trying to write that down this morning and it went gone. Okay, so we're going to go to, it's 1 Samuel verse. Sorry for my running around the Bible. It might get you knowing your Bible a little bit better. Hey? Correct. I've just got it here now. Correct. Thanks, man. That's why you're a pastor. Okay. 1 Samuel 3. There we go. Okay, we all know the story, yeah? About hearing the Lord. And it says here, meanwhile, the boy Samuel served the Lord by assisting Eli. Now, in those days, messages from the Lord were very rare, and visions were quite uncommon. And if you just think about that, just already, that in itself is crazy. The Lord was quiet for a long time, and he did not speak for a long time. Messages from the Lord, very rare, uncommon, didn't happen. I would have lost faith. I'm not listening. I can't hear from you. That's intense. I would have lost faith immediately. I would be like, okay, he doesn't exist. Done. And one night, Eli, who was almost blind by now, had gone to bed. The lamp of God had not gone out, but Samuel was sleeping in the tabernacle near the ark of God, the ark of the covenant. Now, how cool is that? He was sleeping in the tabernacle via the ark of the covenant. Like, don't touch it. And suddenly the Lord called out, Samuel. Yes, he replied, what is it? And he got up and ran to Eli. Here I am, did you call me? Eli's like, Go back to bed. So he did. I mean, I can just imagine my boys running to me. Dad, did you call me? No. Go to sleep. I'm tired. He didn't call you. I didn't call you. Go back to bed. So then the Lord called out again, Samuel. Again, Samuel got up and went to Eli. Here I am. Did you call me? No, I didn't call you, my son. Go back to bed. Samuel did not yet know the Lord because he had never had a message from the Lord before. How crazy is that? He didn't even know the Lord yet. He's like, okay, like I'm expecting it's my dad. Like I'm hearing a voice. I'm going to go back to Eli and just ask him what's going on. So the Lord called a third time. And once more he got up and went to Eli. Here I am, did you call me? And then Eli, messages were uncommon from the Lord and very rare. And Eli, in all of his faith, said, I realize that the Lord is calling you. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Go lie down. If someone calls you again, say, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. From a space of not hearing from the Lord for so long, it's very rare and very... This man says to the little boy, I feel like the Lord is calling you. You need to say, your servant is listening. I mean, I would have just been like, you're crazy. You're crazy. Go to bed. No one's calling you. Out of all of that faith, he puts it into the kid. And the kid goes, okay, cool, let's do this. And the Lord came out and called, as before, Samuel, Samuel, and Samuel replied, speak, your servant is listening. The first thing you want to note from this is, number one, the Lord was heard from a place of rest. The Lord was heard from a place of rest. Really, really cool to understand that he was sleeping in a place of rest and the Lord's voice was audible. We need to understand that our busyness can get in the way from hearing what God wants to say. And I'm like all for that. Let's sit on the couch. I like that. You know, sorry, in all my, watching tennis. That's 15, love. And then the Lord said, I'm about to do a shocking thing in Israel. I'm about to carry out. And he told him what he wanted to tell you. I'm not going to worry about what the message was. He got his message. And the point is that how did he hear it? He needed to gather faith. He needed to learn. And then in a place of rest, not only did he hear it once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times did he hear the Lord speak. And he called his name. So this isn't like the Lord going, Samuel, and then he runs away and hides. And then it's like, maybe he's going to find me now. You know, the Lord's not like playing a hide and seek game as the lost sheep is going to run and the Lord is to seek out the lost sheep. The Lord's not playing hide and seek with us. When he speaks, he wants to repeat it. And he's going to repeat it because he is going to confirm that word. And he's going to confirm it again. And he's going to confirm it again. Why? Because he wants to speak to you. Because he cares about you. He cares about your heart. He cares about what you want to do for him. And what you carry is going to add to the puzzle. Which is why he's going to seek you. Which is why he's going to speak to you. Which is why he's going to ask you. And he's going to call your name. And don't you love it when, I don't know if you guys know Stephen Furtick. Stephen Furtick, I was watching a little thing about this with him, and he was like, don't you love it when you're shopping for a car, all of a sudden you see all of those cars? You know? It's like, oh, I really want this one. All of a sudden, it's like, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. You just, whoa, maybe I should buy this car. And it's like the Lord is just like confirming this word of like, I've put the desire in you. Here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. So suddenly, like sometimes also you'll hear it. I'll be like, yes, I've been feeling this, but I don't know if it's the Lord. All of a sudden, the person confirms the word. That person confirms the word. You hear it in a song. They say it on the radio, and you're just like, I think the Lord's saying this. You're like, no, really? You know, the Lord speaks to us in so many different ways because excuse me. And when he speaks, he really wants you to hear him. He doesn't just speak, he shouts. He calls. You know, and calling is different from speaking. If you think about it, I'm calling to you. I'm speaking out my words, and I want you to respond to me. I don't like it when my kids don't respond to me. Me, as a dad. Finn, that you listen to me, and he just carries on playing. I get irritated. Come on, acknowledge me. Acknowledge that I've spoken to you. When he's busy, he doesn't even hear me. He doesn't even hear me. When he's watching TV, he doesn't even hear me. But how is this? When he's busy we always joke about this. When we're busy talking about something, oh my word, the kid hears everything. What was that, Mom? Like, oh, now you want to listen. Now you want to listen. You know, all of a sudden, when I'm not speaking to you, you want to hear. Hey, isn't there a message in that on its own? When there are prophetic words that have been spoken out there, you wonder why the Lord isn't speaking to you. But actually, he's been calling you the whole week, and you've been busy. You've been busy. You've been doing your own thing. You've been running away. All of a sudden, prophetic words happen on a Sunday. Oh, I want to hear from the Lord. Open your ears in the week as well. He doesn't only speak on a Sunday. Yeah? Such an interesting thing for us because at the same time as we in our busyness, the Lord is still working. We said in Waymaker, the words are incredible, you know. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. You never stop. You never, ever stop working. He's going. He's talking. He's all the time. Are we listening? Are we listening to him? Because I'm honest with you, I don't all the time. And I wish I did. I wish I wasn't this busy. I wish I would. But at the same time, he's blessed me in my life. So how do I live in my blessing and still give time to him? Well, I need to be intentional about it. I need to get into my rest space so that I can hear him more. I need to actually say, okay, Father, what are you saying? You know? It makes my heart so happy when Finn turns around and goes, you know what, Dad, I love you. And he just comes and gives me a cuddle. I'm like, oh, charm, yeah. You know? Just want to embrace him because his attention was turned to me, and I'm just like, this is a great moment, man. This is a great moment. That's what we need to be doing with the Lord as well. We need to be turning and say, you know what, I actually just, and not just on a Sunday. I know Sundays are great times for us to say, like, yes, I want to, I'm glad that I get to sing to you, Father, in a congregational setting, because honestly, we get to share in moments that never happen. This group of people in this room will never happen again like this. This moment's gone. And you get to take something from this moment and go, remember that Sunday? Oh, that was good, eh? Next Sunday is going to be different. It's going to be different people here. The atmosphere is different. The Lord's mercies are new every day. Today's mercies are, we get to experience that together. That's good. I don't want to take away from that. But the thing is, when we actually realize that he's moving every day, and we start tapping into what he's doing every day, what you bring on a Sunday is so much more. Because you're adding to your puzzle piece that you bring in. You're adding to your piece of your pie that you bring in. You get to bring more of what he is doing in you in the week. He speaks tomorrow. He speaks Tuesday. Yeah? It's important for us to make sure that and I'm speaking to myself when I say this, just saying, okay? We need to make sure that we are going to be a little bit more intentional about listening and about spending time and turning to Him and saying, Dad, I love you. I really do. And I want to know what you have to say to me. Because in all essence, I have been hearing you calling me. I just didn't want to listen. I was busy. And I was busy on purpose. Yeah? I don't want to be busy on purpose anymore. I don't want to be turning my back anymore and getting distracted by whatever I'm distracted by. Yeah? So key. It's so key. He's talking. Are we listening? That's it today. That's what I've got. That's what I've got. So, there we are. We good. So I just feel like there's a moment where maybe you want to listen this morning. Maybe you want to hear Him. I'll be honest and say this. I don't even know if I have words for you this morning, but if the Lord's going to drop something in my head, I'll say it. But if He's going to be speaking, I'm sure He's going to speak somehow to you this morning. So let's get into a space of receiving and just give us a little moment to actually just say, let's just pray for a couple of people. If you feel like you really want to hear something, by all means, let's do that. If there's a word that you felt like you wanted to share while I was talking during worship, whatever it was, by all means, come, let's see what He has to say. It might be key for someone else. Your obedience will be helping someone else hear the Lord. Yeah, so stand with me.